Hello everybody and welcome to the most important 200 metres of tarmac in the world for the next 20 minutes. Anyway, the grid for this Belgian Grand Prix. We're back in 13th place and we're just looking here at Jensen Button, talking with his engineer, having done his long reconnaissance lap, 4.3 miles to get to the grid here, and we'll just hang around a little bit and see if we can get a quick word from Jensen. Obviously thoroughly disappointed with that misunderstanding that he had in qualifying, where he thought he had another lap to go and he didn't have the time or the fuel to do that, and abandoned a lap that he needed to really stay hard on the throttle pedal. And the penalty he's got is he's got to look at the people on the grid here today. Absolutely incredible. Hundreds of people here to work and hundreds more to profile and just soak up the energy and try to understand what it feels like down here. And it's a pretty electric atmosphere, as it always is at Spa. Jensen, just behind you is the podium. Do you reckon you can get up there from? Can you see it? Look, is that sort of a bit enticing?
Very. As you know, we had a very frustrating day yesterday. The pace has been great all weekend. So, yeah, it's when you're back in 13th and you have a good car and you have a good pace, it's not so bad. You know, we can still have a good race from here.
But at least from here you can put brand new tyres on. We're hearing a lot about blister tyres. That's the big story of today. And then what's your understanding of that?
Yeah, well, people are getting blisters, and they were getting blisters in qualifying. So it's a problem, obviously, with the dirty track, I guess, with the front sliding, producing blisters. The tyre just getting too hot. I think it's from sliding more than anything else. So today it should be better, but it's a little bit unknown for all of us, especially for us back here, because we haven't run slick tyres yet.
But doesn't that play into your hands a little bit? Can't you do maybe go a bit more conservative, or you got to, because they've done 4 laps on their tyres, the top 10, haven't they?
No, that is true, which is great, and I think we need that because of how far we are back. But I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they've been allowed to change them or not.
My understanding is they haven't been allowed to change their tyres. Ferrari and others were very upset about it, saying, hey, you blistered your tyre, you got too much camber, too much lean on the front wheel. That's your problem.
It is their problem. It's not ours. So we're in it's not the best position to be in, but we've got a good car here and we're going to have a lot of fun today.
All right, well, we're looking forward to watching that. So let's wander towards the front of the field. Kamui Kobayashi there, just getting out of his car. They're all like jockeys, aren't they, these Formula One drivers? They're so small, most of them, other than people like Mark Webber, of course. Sebastian Buemi's car, 2 Toro Rossos in the top 11. So from 11th backwards, just to confirm that, they can run any tyre they want to start the Grand Prix. The top 10 are absolutely committed to running the tyres that they set their fastest lap on. We got Vitaly Petrov here. I don't know if we can have a quick word with him. And Vitaly, a quick word, one-liner basically. How was the track on your reconnaissance lap to the grid?
In the moment it looks very good, everything. Weather looks constant, but we're expecting rain about 1 hour after the start of the race. So I think it will be interesting.
1 hour after the start, that's interesting, because others think it's not going to rain at all, so, but always a good chance.
It's coming.
Okay, that sounds very confident. See you later on. So, rain is coming. That's the first time I've heard that, and I've been asking around quite a lot. I don't know if Sergio Perez here, who's done extremely well to get his Sauber. Talking of tyres, we're sort of getting in the way of a set of tyres that they use these to come to the grid, so in case they get a puncture or something, they're not risking a set that they need for the race itself. And let's see if Sergio Perez is around. I don't believe he is. Everybody always wears the same colour overalls. Rubens Barrichello just passing by. Rubens, it's a long walk from back there, son.
Yeah, well, if you don't come to interviewing me anymore, is that a long walk for you? I can try to do better next time.
Okay, and yeah, what's happening? I mean, difficult weekend for you so far. Any light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, yesterday was a lovely time for us to perform better. I had a bit of a traffic, but on the dry, I think there's limitation on the car, and we have just to wait for the better.
And stay out of trouble down in turn 1, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that.
Yeah, I know it well. Okay, we got Fernando Alonso here, down in 8th place. He's not talking to media on the grid this weekend. I was strictly informed. We can take a sneak peek at his beautiful Ferrari sitting there. And he has got a busy time ahead of him. But it does seem as if, as he heads off to the grid... Quick word, Fernando? I think I already knew the answer to that, didn't I? And so they're talking that the Ferrari, because it's difficult to warm up its tyres in qualifying, that hurts them, then it gives them an advantage if the tyres are under pressure. So they're saying, no, you're not changing the tyres in front of us. We've got a car that can handle this situation. And Mr. Ecclestone there, and Eric Clapton. Let's have a quick word with Eric if we can. Eric.
Hi.
How are you?
Martin, well, you're looking well.
Yeah, I feel good.
Jim, yeah.
Good to see you. We haven't seen you on the grid for ages.
I know, well, I'm working too much at the moment.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, have you watched a bit of the F1 this year? What do you reckon to
I
it?
watched every race, yeah. I don't see, you like all that rain and stuff. I don't like it.
Why?
It might not rain today and it'll be a great race. I can't stand all that indecision, you know, the tyres and all. It's a nightmare.
Well, you're a proper Formula One petrol head. What do you think then of this DRS? You know, this rear wing and the curves and all that. Are you for it, or
keep up with it? No, it's all in here, isn't it? Really? Come
it's
on.
just the driver? Yeah.
It's like this. It's like all the boxes on the floor with the guitar, the amp. Doesn't matter. It's in here, and it's in there, isn't it? You know that.
I think
Well,
you're
actually maybe it's in here.
you're absolutely right. I've got to move on because I've only got a minute left.
All
But
right,
really
well, it's
good to see you.
Good to
Cheers, Mr. Eric Clapton. There, he's a legend, isn't he? But. What have we got here? We got Aldous Suari. We spoke to him a little bit earlier on in the programme, so we'll keep wandering past. Nico Rosberg, the Mercedes here in the top 10. Michael, of course, right at the back of the field. I want to see if I can get a feel for... now, let me just show you, if I can, if there's a wheel on a car. Like this Ferrari here of Felipe Massa, who's out-qualified his teammate for the second time this year. Camber is when you lean the top of the wheel in towards the chassis, and that generates extra grip. They've got 4.5 degrees, that's what they're allowed. There's talk that some teams have been going beyond what Pirelli have been recommending, and that is what has been, as the car goes through the corner, it drags the tyre across the road and overheats the inside shoulder and gets blisters, and Pirelli are very nervous about that, and it's on almost all of the front running cars. And so that is what the concern's about. And they were said, okay, they've been told, if you want to change your camber, you've got to start from the pit lane. We will not let you change the tyres or change the camber. And it's all about how much you lean that front tyre. So it gives you an advantage, warms your tyres up better in qualifying, especially on a damp track. I was just going to interrupt there, but we've actually got a three-way engineer discussion going on. It's quite unusual. Here we are at 14 minutes before the race, and we're in a situation where we've still got heavy conversations going on, and I'm hearing that Christian Horner was just behind me. I want to see if I can understand what the final decision was on these tyres, and he's down here talking to some Brit journalists. Sorry guys, can I just Christian, can you give us a definitive answer on whether you've been allowed to change these tyres or not, and are you concerned about it?
No, we've not been allowed to change them, so we're starting on the tyres that we qualified on yesterday. And obviously, with so little dry mileage here, it gives the tyres a bit of a hard time. So, a few of the tyres are marked up pretty much. Most of the guys that ran near the front, in Q3 yesterday. So, we're just going to have to keep a close eye on it in the race.
On a scale of 10, how worried are you that these front tyres might let you down?
Well, we've spoken with the guys from Pirelli and looked at all the data, and we're happy. Obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be on the car. I think it's the same for everybody. It's just that one session was dry yesterday, so that was really the only chance we got to look at the tyres.
Thanks for that. Back to you, Jake.